Sec, Vince, kung sinabi mo lang nung hearing ay wag namin bawasan yung budget, di sana hindi na binawasan ng chair. Kami na lang sa implementation ang magbabawas, di wala pong ganito. Pero I'm not blaming you kasi I don't think there's a misunderstanding. Alangan man buong Senado, including the leadership, hindi ka naintindihan. We just wanted to make it clear, nanggaling po sa inyo na bawasan nyo ang budget ko. You kept on saying, even Senator P, everyone, bawasan nyo yung budget ko kasi talagang hindi akong gumawa ng net na yan. Di ba yun ang sabi nyo eh? Kaya po, ang LB Remo at lahat nagpagod. Kundi na kami sa magpapagod, nakailang walang tulog. Bawasan nyo ang budget ko kasi talagang overpriced. Sa pa, pwedeng across the board. You're very aggressive about it. So, yun siguro ang pinagtataka ni Senator Kiko at marami. And I ask this in behalf of Senate President Soto because, of course, he was not attending all the hearings, but he's getting the information from the chair and all of us so that we can also appropriately advise the leadership about what transpired.
Kaya overpriced ang mga ito dahil kailangan mong i-accommodate yung 25% na dinideliver sa mga proponent, etc. Di ba? And that's why, ang concern namin ngayon, bawasan natin at binawasan ng Senado. Of course, now you're saying may context yung sinabi ninyo. No? Sa amin, sinabi i-cut, di ba? Across the board cut. Yun ang pagkaunawa namin based on your inputs. And therefore, I hope you can understand na heto tayo, binawasan natin dahil nga overpriced, tapos ngayon ang hinihingi, hindi ibalik ninyo. Yun ang concern. Paano natin ipapaliwanag sa tao yun? No, na yung hinihingi, yung desisyon namin para kaltasan dahil sa kayo mismo ang nagsabing overpriced, ngayon, kailangan namin baguhin yung desisyon at ibalik yung kinaltas namin dahil overpriced. Paano matutugunan yung overprice na binibigyan mo? Kumbaga sa sunog, hindi kaya nilalagyan pa namin ng dagdag na gasolina yung apoy? Kaya sa pagbibigay ng ganong klaseng ibalik yung pondo?
We had to check whether the rules would allow a member of the BICAM to ask questions, but it is important that we seek clarification from Secretary Dizon. Do you accept the fact that it was the DPWH through you or maybe your staff during hearings and in the plenary that actually advised the Senate to cut the cost because indeed in the previous administration you claimed, and it's on record, that the cost of some, not all, projects might have been overpriced?
Ma'am, this needs clear clarification. In the Senate hearings and in the plenary, we admitted that the prices were overpriced.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
all I-
Absolutely. Ma'am, but I think it's very important. No?
Yeah.
We also said that we are going to bring down the cost,
Yes.
which we did. But in the same hearing, and I have it on record, Mr. Chairman, Madam Senator, that when I was asked on how to implement the changes in the prices, I put it on record that the best way to implement is for DPWH to implement it by going through each and every project and bring down the cost based on the programs of work of each and every project. That I put on record, Madam Chair. Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Very clear. And we spoke about the CMPD, the cost price data, and the DUPA, the detailed price analysis as well. We were in a conversation outside of this hall. Can the good secretary please just tell us on the overprice for asphalting? Because that's what you mentioned to me. That is a so-called notorious item that you said must be brought down.
You are absolutely
You whispered
correct.
something in my ear, which I think the body should know so that it's on record. But you said it's necessary to have that project. But this is what you said is easily seen to be overpriced. Can you just
Absolutely.
kindly put it on record, Secretary? Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, I will just read our table.
Maybe, simple na lang. Ano yung sinabi po nyo na madalas overpriced at sa inyong karanasan na maikli sa ahensya ay yung
Asphalting.
overpriced? Yeah.
Asphalting po, ay nag-range po ang overprice ng asphalting from 30% to 68%. Totoo po yun. And I gave an example. In fact, kaya po ang ginamit kong example ay yung 4B. Kasi po sa 4B, on average, overpriced po ng up to 68%. Pero yun nga po, as pointed out also by Congressman Alvarez, who is former governor of Palawan, iba-iba po ang presyo. No, so meaning, hindi po pwedeng kung overpriced po ang Region 4B on average ng 68%, hindi po pwedeng i-apply yung 68% sa lahat ng proyekto, sa lahat ng iba't ibang...
I think that was mentioned, that's very clear.
Yes.
So thank you for
Thank you very
putting
much
that
po.
on record. In fact, my comment to Secretary earlier was, my God, all these years naloko pala tayo. I feel so bad. I feel so, yeah, we didn't know. There was up to 68%. So may I please walk us through this proposal? May we understand please, kung merong nasa gaana na proyekto and you will restore the amounts there but implement the CMPD that is correct and accurate on the ground depending on the district office in the regions, what will you do with the savings? Please explain to us. It will encourage, of course, people to save if they can have a longer road. Please walk us through ano po ang mangyari sa matitipid na pera sa proyekto.
The rules po and savings are very clear. No, pagka meron pong savings, ito po ay i-declare ng departamento as savings at ito po ay later on, upon approval of the President, pwedeng gamitin to augment projects. No? Klaro po yun. No? And this will be treated in the same way. Unless, of course, Congress will choose to have a special provision to cover this. Depende na po yun sa Kongreso.
Okay, very
Thank you
clear.
po.
That's what I wanted to put on record, that the savings that will be had in that district or area cannot be used to extend a road. Because I heard some comments, kung 1 kilometro pero maka-savings ay siguro magiging 1.2 kilometers. Hindi po allowed yun kasi ang GAA line item is the 1 kilometer road. So the savings will have to go back to Treasury and the Office of the President would have to declare it as savings. And so there will be a kitty of savings that can be used. Will the savings per the process that you envision go back to the district as a district project, or will this go back to the national fund and will be used elsewhere? And I ask this for and in behalf of the congressmen and women because, pag savings, di ba? Dapat magandang quality, hindi substandard, pero yung matipid. Magaling dyan si Gob Alvarez. So, hahaba ang kalsada, dadami. Kung maka-savings, dapat balik sa Palawan, baka makarating ng iba or baka hindi ibigay. Siguro yun ang nasa isip nyo, di ba? So gusto natin malaman, kung may savings ba, tas assuming OP ang mag-approve, babalik ba yan sa distrito or mawawala din? Hindi yan incentive magtipid hindi sa congressman, sa mga distrito. We
Yeah.
want to know what is the process you envision. Thank you.
The process is really the standard process, Madam Chair, no? And everything will be approved by the Office of the President. So to your question po, pwede po bang pumalik sa district? Opo. Pag po ito ay in-approve ng Pangulo, pwede pong bumalik sa distrito yan. Pwede po bang hindi dun sa distrito yun bumalik? Pwede din po. No? Pero may rules po yan. But if I may lang po focus on the issue of incentive, no? I understand po the point of the good senator. But in this case po kasi, the reduction of the CMPD is mandatory. It is not about incentive or disincentive. the department order we have issued mandates, requires all the RDs and the DEs to bring down the cost based on the new cost of materials. It is not an issue of incentive or disincentive. Thank you very much.
Does that mean that the DPWH, along with the congressmen and the senators, will exercise strong oversight on the projects to see if the CMPD in that area, which we have a copy of already, will be followed?
Absolutely, Madam Senator.
But certainly, there will be savings because this is a NEP which you did not prepare.
Absolutely.
So there will be savings. Yeah.
Yes, and we already gave an estimated amount. Again, this is
Yes.
estimated. This will have to be borne out by the actual adjustments per project, but we are estimating roughly about 60 billion pesos in savings when the CMPD is implemented for all projects
What is this?
under the 2026
What am I supposed to do?
budget.
What is it?
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. I will allow my colleagues
Madam
to
Chair.
ask further questions. Thank you.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
I would like to recognize Representative Brian Yamsuan.
Madam Chair, we have talked about the step-by-step engineering process that we're implementing dito sa ating CMPD. And ang tanong ko lang, Secretary Vitz, kasi syempre lahat ng mga kababayan natin nakatingin sa atin doon sa mga presyo at lahat. Kaya gusto mo ibalik dahil yung sa estimate natin, kailangan natin gawing tama. At yun din ang sinabi ni Senator Winget Gatchalian na we have to do this right. Kailangan natin gawing tama. Pero syempre, kailangan din tignan natin yung sa ekonomiya. Kung naging unimplementable ang ating mga ibang mga projects natin dito sa dahil dun sa sweeping yung pag-adjust natin at nagkamali at naging unimplementable, ano ang cost nito bilang isang ekonomista din? Ano ang cost nito sa ating bansa?
Maraming salamat po. Napakaganda po ng tanong. No? Hindi ko po masasabi right now kung ano ang exact cost. No? Pero pag ang project po ay hindi ma-implement, unang-una po, malaki po ang economic cost niyan dun sa komunidad kung saan hindi ma-implement yung proyekto. Unang-una po yun. At ikagawa po, pag ito ay pinagsama-sama natin, inad natin lahat yan, malaki po ang magiging cost niyan sa ating ekonomiya. Dahil po, pag ang project po ay hindi na-implement, meron pong mga construction worker na hindi magtatrabaho. Meron pong mga hardware, hindi mabibigyan ng simento at ng bakal. Meron pong mga kumpanya na hindi kikita. So malaki po ang impact nito pag ito ay pinagsama-sama. Pero mas importante din po yung epekto sa komunidad. Kung yan pong proyekto yan ay kailangan ng komunidad at ito po ay hindi na-implement, kawawa din naman po yung komunidad na yun.
Maraming salamat kasi talagang yun ang concern din namin sa aming mga distrito kasi yung economic activity, napaka-importante niyan para sa ating bansa. At alam naman natin, ang gobyerno ang pinakamalakas talagang gumastos pagdating sa mga proyekto at inaasahan namin sa aming mga distrito. Yung economic activity nagsisimula dahil sa mga proyektong ginagawa ng ating pamahalaan. At yung concern din ng ating mga senador, nakukuha din naman natin. Gusto natin gawin na itong tama kasi nga nakatingin silang lahat sa atin ngayon. At ang tingin ko, mas kailangan natin tignan talaga yung economic impact more than ever. And I recognize the work that Secretary Vince Dizon is doing kasi mahirap talaga now to really adjust everything and at a short period of time. Pero nagagawa natin at siguro ang tingin ko kailangan din natin humingi ng tulong sa ibang mga ahensya na pwedeng tumulong sa atin upang mas lalo natin mapaganda yung sitwasyon ng lahat in terms of the pricing also. Yun lang po, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, Mr. Chair.
Senator Irwin first and then Congressman Abbott.
Mr. Chair, may I just ask, kasi po dito sa hawak po nating papel na itong day 2 natin, disagreeing provisions, napansin ko lang po kasi dito under po sa Department of Public Works and Highways, parang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Parang 8 line items lang po ito. Parang puro Kaya nga po, Mr. Chair. Siguro, I would rather ask the committee chair na kung pwede siguro in a separate page, kasi baka pagdududahan tayo na tayo may mga insertion. Samantalang, ang ibang agencies like NIA, Mamil Pump Irrigation, Santa Maria Pump Irrigation, nakalagay po. Dito, hindi mo natin malaman. Hindi nga, kanina pa namin sinisurvey ni Senadora Amy kung saan dito yung kalsada, kung saan dito yung road repair, rehab. Wala ho eh. So, can we siguro po, bukas pwede natin ilagay kung kakayanin pa, item by item, para makita naman ng kababayan natin na kung saan napupunta po. Kasi po dito, Convergence and Special Support Program. Ano ba itong Convergence Support Program? 234 billion po ito sa House. Sa atin, umakyat pa 259 billion. Sa Bridge Program, bumaba. Sa Asset Prevention Program, maybe we can explain further, Mr. Chair, para po sa kaalaman ng mga kababayan natin, ano ho ba talaga ito mga ito? Kasi baka sabihin po, may tinatago po tayo dito. That's all, Mr. Chair.
We'll take note of that, Senator Erwin. We'll take note of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I'd like now to recognize Representative Albert Garcia.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. From what I gather, sa aking naintindihan dun sa pinaliwanag ni Sec. Vince, ang sinasabi po niya is context changes everything. Kailangan magkaroon ng konteksto yung project kasi may uniqueness, may peculiarities ang bawat project. As also explained by Congressman Pepito Alvarez a while ago. May malalayang lugar, may malalapit na lugar, iba-iba yung presyo ng materials, kaya hindi pwedeng sweeping or one size fits all. So we have to consider the context of each project para maging practicable nang sa ganon ma-implement at gumalaw yung local economy aside from the direct benefit of the project, katulad ng sinabi ni Kong Brian. So, pag ganon, I think it's very logical and reasonable na yung i-consider natin yung konteksto ng proyekto para ma-implement at malagay talaga yung tamang presyo. So, there's a lot of engineering districts all across the country. Lahat yan may konteksto, may uniqueness, may peculiarities. Yun ang dapat i-take into consideration ng ating engineering team under DPWH at yun ang gawing price ng material. Tapos, ang ating Pangulo at ang DPWH naglagay na po ng mga transparency portal. So aside from namomonitor yung mga nagawang projects, mamomonitor din po yung mga gagawing projects. Real time. So in context, yung mga local civil engineer society, local church leaders, mache-check in context. At ito po yung pinapangako ni Sec. Vince na they are open to being checked or being critiqued by the local civil society, local experts, or to anyone else para in context din ma-check kung tama yung mga materials na nakalagay. So, I guess, like what the chairman said at sinabi ni Chair Mika kanina, wala po tayong arguments dito. Gusto natin yung tamang presyo para mapakinabangan ng ating mga kababayan at talagang mabawasan or totally mawala yung corruption. The Senate and the House, our President and our agencies are one with this goal. At kailangan lang natin ilagay sa konteksto nang sa ganon, tama at practical yung ating ginagawa, ma-implement, makinabang directly sa proyekto at indirectly dun sa trickle-down economy. At yung 4% natin na GDP, hopefully, unti-unti na pong tumaas. So, thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator Kiko.
Yes. During our caucus this afternoon, Secretary Dizon, we were discussing the matter with Senator Legarda. And she quoted you directly as saying, in one of the hearings, if I'm not mistaken, na, number one, kung pwede, tanggalin ninyo. Tama? Tanggalin na ninyo. At pangalawa, if I recall correctly, dahil hindi ko rin magagamit, tama ba? Or hindi ko rin, kumbaga, inaayos pa namin yung, maybe, yes. Yes, could you,
Yes.
maybe Senator Legarda can help me here. I just want to understand that because kung yun ang pagkaintindi ko, bakit pinababalik nyo ngayon yung pinatatanggal ninyo? No?
Unang-una po, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Senator Pangilinan. Unang-una po, tama po yung sinabi ni Senator Loren. Sinabi ko po talaga, overpriced yung mga budget na yun. At ibababa namin ang presyo. Ginawa na namin yon. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin ngayon talaga is paano po natin ia-apply ang pagbaba ng presyo. Sinabi ko po sa hearing, nung tinanong po ako, pwede na ba nating ibabayan lahat ngayon? Ang sagot ko po, at tinanong ko po, nung time na yon, ako po 2 buwan pa lang ata sa DPWH noon, tinanong ko po yung ating mga undersecretary, assistant secretary, director, tinanong ko, kaya ba nating ibaba na ngayon? Ang sabi po nila, Sir, libo-libo po ang proyekto ng DPWH. Kahit na po ilang buwan, kahit na hindi na tayo matulog, hindi po natin maa-adjust yan ng ganun-ganun lang ngayon. Kailangan po yan, unang-una, ma-finalize muna yung listahan ng mga proyekto sa General Appropriations Act at bago i-procure o ipabid out, dun natin ibababa isa-isa. Yun po ang prosesong sinabi sa akin na dapat gawin. Kaya po ang request ko po nung hearing, sabi ko po, kung pwede po i-retain at kung kinakailangan po, magkaroon po ng special provision para nga po dun sa concern din ni Senator Loren, para masigurado yung matitipid, magagamit ng tama. O, lahat po. So, yun po ang aming posisyon nung public hearing. Pero po, nung nakita nga po namin yung third reading copy ng Senate, nakita nga po namin na ibinaba yung mga proyekto at ginamit yung adjustment factors na binigay po namin kay Senator Win. Yun po ang nag-prompt sa amin na sumulat at mag-request na kung pwede pong ibalik dun sa levels ng HGAB at yung pong pag-implement nung adjustment sa presyo, DPWH na po ang gagawa prior to procurement. Para po masigurado na per project, tama po yung deduction. So yun lang po, Mr. Chairman, ang laman ng aming sulat nung isang araw. Para lang po masigurado na ma-implement ng tama yung price reduction and hindi po makompromiso yung yung integridad ng proyekto at siguraduhin mai-implement pa rin siya. And Mr. Chairman, uulitin ko po, para din po magkaroon ng comfort ang Senado, ang Kongreso at ang ating mga kababayan, nag-issue po kami ng department order strictly mandating the implementation of the new construction materials price data. And if they do not implement, then there will be accompanying stiff penalties that will be imposed on any district engineer, regional director, or anyone that does not do the same. Maraming salamat.
Madam Chair? Follow up? Yeah. Thank you. Halimbawa, dito, nagtanong si Senator Aquino, no? Across the board cut, nabanggit po nyo, initially 20% po yung nabanggit across the board cut sa inyong budget kung hindi po makikita yung mga changes na nais natin makita. Let's go for the real price of these projects, sabi po ni Senator Aquino. Sabi nyo, opo, we fully support the efforts of the Senate. So dito, Yun din, sa iyong namungkahi po ni Senator Loren na across the board cut, na pag-usapan po namin yan. So you said, opo, we fully support the efforts.
Mr. Chair, again, if I may be allowed to put that exchange in context. During this hearing, there was no reduction in the prices of materials yet. Kami po ay nagre-review pa lang noon. Kakautos pa lang po ng Pangulo noon na repasuhin, rebisahin ang presyo ng mga materyales. Kaya po, ang Senado nagsabi, kung hindi gagawin ito ng DPWH, ikakat na lang ng Senado ng 25% across the board. At ako po ay nag-agree doon na kung hindi namin magagawa, in time, kasi at that time hindi pa po namin nagagawa, we welcome a across-the-board cut of 25% sa mga iba't ibang proyekto. Yun po yung konteksto nun, Mr. Senator.
Yes, just for the record, no, I hope you understand. Yung konteksto, kasi konteksto rin ang pinag-uusapan natin, no? Konteksto doon sa construction, yung probinsya, yung region. Konteksto din dito kasi, nakita natin sa mga flood control hearings yung 25%. Yung, at nakita natin, or at least we were inferring, kaya siguro kaya overpriced ang mga ito dahil kailangan mong i-accommodate yung 25% na dinideliver sa mga proponent, etc., di ba? And that's why, ang concern namin ngayon, bawasan natin at binawasan ng Senado. Of course, now you're saying may context yung sinabi ninyo. No? Sa amin, sinabi i-cut, di ba? Across the board cut. Yun ang pagkaunawa namin based on your inputs. And therefore, I hope you can understand na heto tayo, binawasan natin dahil nga overpriced, tapos ngayon ang hinihingi, hindi, ibalik ninyo. Yun ang concern. Paano natin ipapaliwanag sa tao yun? No, na yung hinihingi, yung desisyon namin para kaltasan dahil sa kayo mismo ang nagsabing overpriced, ngayon, kailangan namin baguhin yung desisyon at ibalik yung kinaltas namin dahil overpriced. Paano matutugunan yung overpriced na binibigyan mo? Kumbaga sa sunog, hindi kaya nilalagyan pa namin ng dagdag na gasolina yung apoy? Kaya sa pagbibigay ng ganong klaseng ibalik yung pondo?
Unang-una po, tama po yung sinabi ni Senator Loren. Sinabi ko po talaga, overpriced yung mga budget na yan. At ibababa namin ang presyo. Ginawa na namin yon. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin ngayon talaga is, paano po natin i-apply ang pagbaba ng presyo. Sinabi ko po sa hearing, nung tinanong po ako, pwede na ba nating ibabayan lahat ngayon? Ang sagot ko po, at tinanong ko po, nung time na yon, ako po 2 buwan pa lang ata sa DPWH noon, tinanong ko po yung ating mga undersecretary, assistant secretary, director, tinanong ko, kaya ba nating ibaba na ngayon? Ang sabi po nila, sir, libo-libo po ang proyekto ng DPWH. Kahit na po ilang buwan, kahit na hindi na tayo matulog, hindi po natin maa-adjust yan ng ganun-ganun lang ngayon. Kailangan po yan, unang-una, ma-finalize muna yung listahan ng mga proyekto sa General Appropriations Act at bago i-procure o ipabid out, dun natin ibababa isa-isa. Yun po ang prosesong sinabi sa akin na dapat gawin. Kaya po ang request ko po nung hearing, sabi ko po, kung pwede po i-retain at kung kinakailangan po, magkaroon po ng special provision para nga po dun sa concern din ni Senator Loren, para masigurado yung matitipid, magagamit ng tama. Lahat po. So, yun po ang aming posisyon nung public hearing. Pero po, nung nakita nga po namin yung third reading copy ng Senate, nakita nga po namin na ibinaba yung mga proyekto at ginamit yung adjustment factors na binigay po namin kay Senator Win. Yun po ang nag-prompt sa amin na sumulat. at mag-request na kung pwede pong ibalik dun sa levels ng HGAB at yung pong pag-implement nung adjustment sa presyo, DPWH na po ang gagawa prior to procurement. Para po masigurado na per project, tama po yung deduction. So yun lang po, Mr. Chairman, ang laman ng aming sulat nung isang araw. Para lang po masigurado na ma-implement ng tama yung price reduction and hindi po makompromiso yung yung integridad ng proyekto at siguraduhin mai-implement pa rin siya. And Mr. Chairman, uulitin ko po, para din po magkaroon ng comfort ang Senado, ang Kongreso at ang ating mga kababayan, nag-issue po kami ng department order strictly mandating the implementation of the new construction materials price data. And if they do not implement, then there will be accompanying stiff penalties that will be imposed on any district engineer, regional director, or anyone that does not do the same. Maraming salamat.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair? Follow up? Yeah. Thank you. Halimbawa, dito nagtanong si Senator Aquino, no? Across the board cut, nabanggit po nyo, 25, initially 20% po yung nabanggit across the board cut sa inyong budget kung hindi po makikita yung mga changes na nais natin makita. Let's go for the real price of these projects, sabi po ni Senator Aquino. Sabi nyo, opo, we fully support the efforts of the Senate. So dito, yun din, sa iyong namungkahi po ni Senator Loren na across the board cut, napag-usapan po namin yan. So you said, opo, we fully support the efforts.
Mr. Chair, again, if I may be allowed to put that exchange in context. During this hearing, there was no reduction in the prices of materials yet. Kami po ay nagre-review pa lang noon. Kakautos pa lang po ng Pangulo noon na repasuhin, rebisahin ang presyo ng mga materyales. Kaya po, ang Senado nagsabi, kung hindi gagawin ito ng DPWH, ikakat na lang ng Senado ng 25% across the board. At ako po ay nag-agree doon na kung hindi namin magagawa, in time, kasi at that time hindi pa po namin nagagawa, we welcome a across-the-board cut of 25% sa mga iba't ibang proyekto. Yun po yung konteksto nun, Mr. Senator.
Yes, just for the record, no, I hope you understand. Yung konteksto, kasi konteksto rin ang pinag-uusapan natin, no? Konteksto doon sa construction, yung probinsya, yung region. Konteksto din dito kasi, nakita natin sa mga flood control hearings yung 25%. At nakita natin, or at least we were inferring, kaya siguro kaya overpriced ang mga ito dahil kailangan mong i-accommodate yung 25% na dinideliver sa mga proponent, etc. Di ba? And that's why, ang concern namin ngayon, bawasan natin at binawasan ng Senado. Of course, now you're saying may context yung sinabi ninyo. Sa amin, sinabi i-cut, di ba? Across the board cut. Yun ang pagkaunawa namin based on your inputs. And therefore, I hope you can understand na heto tayo, binawasan natin dahil nga overpriced, tapos ngayon ang hinihingi, hindi, ibalik ninyo. Yun ang concern. Paano natin ipapaliwanag sa tao yun? No, na yung hinihingi, yung desisyon namin para kaltasan dahil sa kayo mismo ang nagsabing overpriced, ngayon, kailangan namin baguhin yung desisyon at ibalik yung kinaltas namin dahil overpriced. Paano matutugunan yung overpriced na binibigyan mo? Kumbaga sa sunog, hindi kaya nilalagyan pa namin ng dagdag na gasolina yung apoy? Kaya sa pagbibigay ng ganong klaseng ibalik yung pondo?
Mr. Chairman, I think thank you very much po. 100% po, agree po ako sa inyo. Ang issue po ay overprice. Totoo po yun. Nakita ko po talaga, overpriced po talaga. Overpriced po ang simento, ang bakal, ang asfalto, lalo ng asfalto, ang graba, ang buhangin. Hindi po tayo nagkakatalo doon, Mr. Chairman. Ang sinasabi lang po namin, yung paraan ng pagbabawas, dapat po gawin project per project. Project per project po dapat gawin yon. Dahil po kung hindi po natin ang gagawin ng project per project, meron pong mga proyekto, katulad po nung pinakita ko sa presentation kanina, na lalabas po, hindi na po mai-implement dahil sobra po yung pag-apply nung reduction. Yun lang naman po. Lahat po, maniwala po kayo, lahat po ng proyekto ng DPWH, dahil po sa pagbaba ng presyo ng construction materials na minandate ng ating Pangulo, bababa po lahat yan sa 2026. In fact po, kahit po yung ngayong 2025, bumababa na po ngayon yung mga hindi pa napapabid. Pero, kailangan po gawin natin yon ng tama na hindi natin i-risk na yung mga proyekto na kailangan ng mga komunidad, hindi na may implement. Kamukha po nung nakita natin kanina. And at the same time, Mr. Chairman, kung mapapansin niyo po, meron po ako nakita doon na sobra yung bawas, pero meron din pong kulang ang bawas. Meron din pong kulang. So, what we are saying po is, please allow the executive to do its job in implementing this the way it should be implemented, which is project per project. Yun lang po. Wala po tayong argument na overpriced ang materyales. Totoo po yun. At kailangan po talaga natin ibaba. Maraming salamat po.
Senator Kiko for mentioning that. Sec, Vince, kung sinabi mo lang nung hearing ay wag namin bawasan yung budget, di sana hindi na binawasan ng chair. Kami na lang sa implementation ang magbabawas, di wala pong ganito. Pero I'm not blaming you kasi I don't think there's a misunderstanding. Alangan man buong Senado, including the leadership, hindi ka naintindihan. We just wanted to make it clear. Nanggaling po sa inyo na bawasan nyo ang budget ko. You kept on saying, even Senator P, everyone, bawasan nyo yung budget ko kasi talagang hindi akong gumawa ng net na yan. Di ba yun ang sabi nyo eh? Kaya po, ang LB Remo at lahat nagpagod, kundi na kami sa magpapagod, nakailang walang tulog. Bawasan nyo ang budget ko kasi talagang overpriced. Sa pa, pwedeng across the board. You're very aggressive about it. So, yun siguro ang pinagtataka ni Senator Kiko at marami. And I ask this in behalf of Senate President Soto because, of course, he was not attending all the hearings, but he's getting the information from the chair and all of us so that we can also appropriately advise the leadership about what transpired today.
Thank you very much. If I may, Mr. Chairman, just respond. Unang-una po, ang budget po ng DPWH ay bumaba na po ng mahigit 40%. I think this is the lowest DPWH budget since 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Ikalawa po, tama po kayo. Sinabi ko po, nung ako po'y tinanong, okay lang ba i-cut ng 25% kung hindi nyo maibaba ang presyo ng cost of materials? Because at that time, hindi pa napapababa. Ang sagot ko po was a resounding yes. Was a resounding yes. So, pero nga po, nung nakita po namin yung epekto sa ibang mga proyekto, hindi po lahat. Napansin nyo naman po, dun sa iba nga po, kulang yung bawas eh. Hindi nga po sobra eh. I think it is incumbent upon us also to ensure that the projects listed in the General Appropriations Act, once it is passed, are all implementable. However, given what you saw in the example that we gave, there is a risk that some will not be. And this is again a request. Of course, the power of the purse lies with Congress. And at the end of the day, the executive will abide by whatever General Appropriations Act is passed. But I think it is incumbent upon us in the executive to also point this out. And I think importante din po yun, no? Because while, ano po, no, I'm sure none of the senators would also want projects to be unimplementable. And I think it is incumbent upon us to point that out and to clarify and inform the Senate and Congress about it. Thank you po.
Madam Chair, just a follow-up on that questioning.
I'd like to recognize Minority Leader Marcelino Lebanan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair. Yung statement mo, Secretary, kanina, ay sinabi mo na dahil sa sobrang pag-apply ng deduction, may mga project na hindi may implement. At sa aking pagkaintindi, mga 10,000 line items ito. In terms of percentage, ilan sa tingin mo pag sinubrahan natin ang pag-apply ng deduction, ilang percent ang hindi may implement?
Mr. Chair, maganda po yung tanong, pero mahirap pong sagutin. Kasi ulitin ko nga po, kailangan po ito iisa-isahin natin. Iisa-isahin natin ang bawat proyekto, yung 10,000 proyekto na yan, para po malaman natin kung ano ang magiging unimplementable at ano ang magiging implementable pa. So, pagpaumanhin nyo na po ako at hindi ko po masasagot ngayon yung yung tanong na yun.
Kaya nagtanong po ako dyan, dahil ano ang consequence natin sa GDP rating natin next year? At ano ang magiging consequence dahil sa mga pinakita mong data? Kung sabihin natin 50% hindi mo ma-implement, anong mangyayari sa countryside? Roughly, sa construction business ng public works, umaabot tayo ng 4.5 million workers unofficially na nagtatrabaho. Kung 50% ay hindi natin ma-implement, mayroon tayong mga tao na mawawalan ng trabaho na 2.25 million. Ganito po kalaki ang desisyon na ito. Maliban lang sa mahihirap na umaasa ng trabaho, ang ekonomiya, ang production ng construction materials, maraming maapektuhan. Kaya maganda na yan na napapakinggan po natin si Secretary Vince Dizon dito. Maraming salamat po.
Mr. Chair, quick response lang po. Doon pa lang po sa pagbabawas ng halos 40% sa budget ng DPWH, malaking epekto na po yan sa ekonomiya. Dahil alam niyo naman po, ang ekonomiya natin ay malaki po ang construction sa porsyento na nagpapatakbo ng ekonomiya natin. At napakalaki po nung nawala sa budget ng DPWH. Doon pa lang po, malaki na po ang epekto. At madadagdagan po yun kung merong mga proyektong hindi mai-implement ng tama. So, yun lang po. Again, at the end of the day po, Congress will decide on the budget and the executive will abide by what Congress passes. But I think this is very important po na i-inform po namin ang Bicameral Conference Committee about yung potential epekto nito.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I withdraw.
Very quickly.
Senator Lauren first, I think.
No,
Okay na?
just,
Sige.
just, Secretary Dizon, I hope you understand, no, na based dun sa hearings and the transcripts are here, inamin mo na overpriced, nagkaroon ng exchange, bawasan natin yung taba. Sinabi mo, yes, bawasan natin yung taba dahil nga yung taba na yun yung overpriced patong, may tongpats Pero ngayon, babalik ka sa amin at sasabihin, huwag nyo nang bawasan yung taba. So, naintindihan ko, merong peculiarity or granularity. Iba-iba ang sitwasyon sa bawat lugar. Kaya, hindi natin masasabing across the board. Pero baka naman pwede natin sabihin, okay, hindi kumbaga, baka maaring bawasan pa rin natin, siguro mas maliit na halaga, pero bawasan pa rin natin dahil maliwanag may taba So I hope you understand yung logic behind bawasan natin yung taba. May mga overprice, pero wag yung tanggalan yung budget namin. Medyo mahirap may paliwanag, lalo na kami ay sumunod lamang dun sa panawagan at pakiusap at pagkakaintindi na napaka up to 68% nga ang overprice eh. So, parang we don't want, ayaw namin masabing pikit mata namin ibinalik yung pondo kahit na sinabi sa amin na meron talagang overprice dyan. So, paano natin aayusin o ano ang maaring hakbang moving forward? Para ma-address natin yung taba, but at the same time, yung inyong ability to deliver, di ba? Hindi rin hindi naman makokompromiso o ma-undermine. Yun yung ating hinahanap ngayon. Ano ang dapat gawin moving forward to address both issues. Both issues are important. Your issue of being able to deliver and come up with these projects because of the economic implications is valid. But it is also valid na yung mga overpriced kailangan nating tugunan at pagbibigay ng parehong pondo na alam nating tinatanggap na overprice, parang mahirap lununin.
Mr. Chairman, again, wala po tayong debate o disagreement dito. Ika-clarify ko lang po. Ang presyo ng mga proyekto sa 2026 budget ay siguradong bababa base sa bagong kostas ng materyales na ipinasa na ng DPWH. Sigurado pong bababa yan. Ang tanong na lang po siguro is, sino ang magbababa? Ang Kongreso po ba? O ang Senado po ba? Or ang ehekutibo po ba? Yun lang po. Ngayon, dun sa tanong po na yon, desisyon po ng Kongreso ito. No, desisyon po ng Kongreso ito. Kung pagkakatiwalaan niyo po kami na kami ibababa, kami ang magbababa base sa pinasa na naming bagong kostas ng materyales at dito sa ginabas naming department order na minamandato ang lahat ng mga district engineer at regional director na siguraduhin magbaba ng presyo, then yun po ang mangyayari. Pero, like I said, inaamin ko po, wala pong tiwala ang taong bayan sa DPWH ngayon, kaya naiintindihan ko po yan. Naiintindihan ko po. Kaya siguro po ang masasabi ko na lang po is we leave it to the wisdom of Congress. We leave it to the wisdom of Congress. But I think that is the issue at hand. No? As to mas konti ang baba, again, iiwan na po natin yan sa wisdom ng Kongreso. No? Kung ano po ang magiging decision dyan. Ako po ay pumunta lang po dito para sabihin po sa bicameral conference na ito po ang implication nung nakita naming mga pagbabago dun sa Senate third reading version na lumabas nitong nakaraang linggo. Yun lang po, Mr. Chairman. Salamat po.
Madam Chair.
I have to
Sen.
explain
Lauren-
also and
Sen.
clarify
Lauren,
this. Sorry.
It's the
It's
House's
term.
turn
Yes,
po.
yes,
My
yes.
apologies.
Okay. After. Thank you.
Thank you.
for that.
May I recognize Representative Javi Benitez.
Madam Chair, thank you. Secretary Vince, thank you so much. I'd like to manifest to thank the Secretary for coming to this bicameral conference because siguro kung napresenta po mas maaga today, baka mas maaga po tayo nakapag-start. But thank you for that. Mukhang na-clarify po ang maraming mga iniisip no ng mga bicameral committee members dito po. And I'd like to ask the good secretary dahil para hindi na tayo siguro paulit-ulit. I think I also wanted to ask much about the economy pero dahil sinabi po na ekonomista po kayo. Pero I want to ask a simple question. I think it's among all of our minds. No, we are for a good, clean governance and for a budget that is fair and impactful for the people. Gusto ko lang itanong, Mr. Secretary, do you think, can you commit that the safeguards that you're putting now with the DPWH, hindi na po mauulit ang mga nangyari sa nakaraang budget? Because gusto nang narinig ng nating po lahat, ng taong bayan, we want justice, kung may guilty man, may kulong sila. And we also want long-term solutions. No? So with this in place, do you think, Secretary, hindi na mauulit ang mga dati pong nangyari for the next year and the next years ahead?
Ulitin ko po yung sinabi sa akin ng Pangulo. Hindi na pwede yung nakaraan, yung kalakaran ng nakaraan, hindi na pwede yung dating gawi. Kailangan baguhin natin ang sistema sa DPWH. At yan po ang ginagawa natin ngayon. Sinimulan po natin dito sa pagbaba ng presyo ng mga cost of materials. Sinundan po nung ginaunch ng Pangulo ang Transparency Portal. At marami pa pong mga ibang reformang parating. So, masisigurado ba natin na mawawala na? Kung may sagawa po natin ang lahat ng mga reforma with the support of Congress, mangyayari po yan. Pero ito po ay proseso. This will not happen overnight. This will not happen overnight. This is a process of reform, of change that needs to be relentless, that needs to be consistent. No, there is no silver bullet. Kahit na po ibaba natin lahat ng presyo ng ng materyales, hindi magic bullet yan para po masolve to. So with the support of Congress and with the will of the President, we can do it, but it is a process and we need to be relentless and consistent with the reforms that we will be initiating.
Mr. Chair?
Yeah. So, actually gusto ko lang ho sundan yung sinabi ni Senator Kiko. Kay Secretary Vince, ako may tiwala ako sa inyo. Sinabi ko na yon sa mga iba't ibang pagdinig natin. Pero ngayon, napakahirap po namin pagkatiwalaan po yung mga district engineering offices. To be honest about it. Diba? Hindi ko linalahat, pero napakahirap po pagkatiwalaan. At alam na ho natin, itong mga project na ito, hindi ho dadaan dito sa budget. Hindi ho dadaan ho ito sa inyo. Diretso ito sa District Engineering Office. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
So diretso. So ano yung in-approve naming budget dito? Diretso ho ito sa District Engineering Offices. Tama?
Mr.
Tama?
Chair, opo.
Yeah, tapusin ko lang ho. So alam ko, linilinis niyo ho ang mga hanay ng District Engineering Offices, buong DPWH, pero that will take time. Habang ho kayo, kailangan relentless, tuloy-tuloy, dapat ho walang patid, pero that will take time. Ang hindi lang ho namin kayang gawin, dahil alam ho namin na merong mga overpricing dito sa budget na ito. Tapos, pag na-approve ho natin at diretso ho yung budget sa District Engineering Office at hindi pa ho nalilinis, itong mga corrupt officials, gagawa ho yan ng paraan para magamit yung pondo. Nasabi niyo ho kanina na 30 to 68%. Ito mataas na temptation to. Kung alam nilang overpriced by 68%, gagawa ho yan ng paraan. No? Sana, kung kaya niyong linisin yung hanay, next year, walang problema yon. But that will take time. Kaya nga, ang sabi ako, sang-ayon po ako sa sinabi ni Senator Kiko, gusto rin namin ma-implement yung project. Ayaw namin mahinto ang ekonomiya natin. Ayaw natin mag-stall. No? Ayaw natin biglang tumigil ang ating ekonomiya. Pero ayaw rin ho natin ng mga overpricing items sa loob ng budget. Kaya ho namin ginawa ho to. Kaya humingi kami ng payo sa inyo. In fact, doon sa 2 hearing. In fact, DPWH lang ang nagkaroon ng 2 hearing. Dahil humihingi ho kami ng payo ho sa inyo. No? At dahil nga nasabi nyo, overprice ho yan, ang response ho namin, ito na ang budget season, pagkakataon ho natin, linisin yung budget. No? But then again nga, ayaw rin ho namin na magkaroon ng problema sa pag-implementation. Ngayon, kaya humingi ako, pareho yung aking mungkahi. Dapat may action rin ho kami ngayon na dapat gawin para masigurado ho namin na yung pepermahan ho naming budget ay alam ho namin walang overpricing. Yun po yung aking pananaw ho dyan.
Mr. Chairman, just very quickly kasi nabanggit yung pangalan ko. Naintindihan ko yung kinakailangan magkaroon ng mga economic activity, di ba? Construction. Naintindihan ko yun. Dahil nga yan ang magbibigay buhay at trabaho sa hanap buhay at bubuhayin ang ekonomiya. Pero wag nating kakalimutan na kaya nga nakaletse-letse yung ating growth dahil sa corruption. Kaya ang hirap kinakailangan balansehin natin. Yung kagustuhan nating magkaroon ng economic activity, magkaroon ng construction activity, magkaroon ng trabaho sa kanayunan, pero tandaan natin, kaya nga natigil ang nagkaproblema sa ekonomiya dahil sa corruption.
Mr. Chairman, if I may respond lang po. Baka matawa po kayo dito, pero kahit po ako walang tiwala sa mga district engineer. Actually, to be quite honest, no, magtatatlot kalahating buwan pa lang po ako dito. Kaya nga po naglabas kami ng department order na minamandato namin sila. Kahit na po ang pondo ay dediretso sa mga district offices, kami po ay naglabas ng department order para masigurado na ibababa nila ang presyo. At hindi po namin i-approve ang kanilang pagpapabid kung hindi nila ibaba ang presyo. Pero I think ano na po ito. I think lahat naman po tayo nagkakaintindihan na ayaw natin ng overpriced. Ayaw na ayaw po namin yan. Kung pwede kang po talaga, no, na i-cut na natin ngayon, if it's humanly possible to cut now, we would do it. It's just that according to our engineers, not the district engineers, but the engineers in the central office, for us to go through each and every project out of 10,000, 12,000 projects, talagang hindi po kakayanin. So kaya po kami nagdesisyon na magpadala ng sulat sa Senado. Pero again po, ulitin ko, we will leave it to the wisdom of the Senate kung paano po mag-resolve ito. Salamat po.
I would now like to recognize Representative Pepito Alvarez.
Suggestion lang po ito, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair. Kasi naglabas na si SICBENS ng order sa lahat ng kanyang mga DE tsaka RDs na kung may bidding, at least sundin na itong presyo ng mga materyales. Given that he has given the RDs and the DEs the instruction to cut out the fat if there is any. Kasi ho, as I explained earlier, ang presyo ng buhangin sa Southern Palawan is only 1,000 pesos per cubic meter. Ang presyo ho sa Norte, sa MBUC, 2,500 pesos buhangin or graba kasi nanggagaling sa Mindoro. Ganon din sa mga steel materials. Ganon din sa simento, wala po kaming cement plant sa Palawan. Since my guideline na ang DPWH, let them create the surplus or the savings and let them return the savings kung hindi niya magamit, return to Treasury. Yan po ang suggestion ko. And let us not cut the budget right here now para ho ma-implement lahat ang project and let him commit to return. Kasi your 54 billion that is last now is only amounting to 13.5% of the 400 billion worth of projects. If the good secretary can commit that out of this table, he can save at least 20% doing the biddings regularly without any corruption, then the savings would tantamount to about 80 billion. So 20%. Because right now, your 54% loss is only 13.5%, Secretary Binns. So that's just a suggestion that we don't cut the budget, but let him return to Treasury or let him return or show the savings at the end of the contract period. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Senator Legarda, we're doing...
I yield
Yeah.
always
Yes.
to
your
Senator
former client.
Lauren Legarda.
Thank you to my lawyer. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Para po maliwanag, Sec Vince, ulitin ko lang yung nagsimula tayo an hour ago. And your statement where you're asking for a motion for reconsideration in the words. So, ibig niyo pong sabihin, yung mga binigay niyong mga numero, mga dokumento nung hearing at LBRMO na naging basihan nung aming committee report, second and third reading, para maliwanag po, hindi po inimbento ng aming LBRMO, galing po sa DPWH. Yes, put on record kasi.
Yes, opo.
Okay,
You're
thank you.
absolutely correct.
Thank you. Okay. Para maliwanag, lahat po yan, hindi namin inimbento galing sa DPWH. And we've read your statement, humihingi kayo in your own words, motion for reconsideration na nagkamali, reconsider, or ibang pamamaraan, hindi na sa batas, pero sa implementasyon. So, I just wanted it clear, in all fairness to the chair and the LBRMO, hindi po kami, ang Senado, ang sumite ng numbers, galing po sa DPWH, at hinihiling nyo na ibalik yung hiniling din yung ibaba. Tama?
Hindi po, ma'am.
Okay, explain.
Unfair naman po yun, ma'am. No?
Explain.
Unang-una,
Oo.
tama po na yung sinumiti naming numero ay galing sa amin. But these were regional averages per material, asphalt, cement, etc. What we are saying po, that para po makuha natin yung tamang presyo kada proyekto, kailangan po i-apply natin kada proyekto. Hindi po halimbawa, nung kaninang ehemplo natin, na ang Region 4B sa asfalto ay 68% on average, ito po ay in-apply sa lahat ng proyekto ng Region 4B, yun na po ang tama. At pinakita po natin sa dalawa nating example kanina, meron pong sobra, merong kulang. No, so it's not so much the data, but it was on how the data was used. So, yun po, no? So, yun naman po, baka ako kasi, no, nako-confuse natin ang taong bayan, eh. No, it is not about the data. It is about how the data was used and applied. So, yun lang po.
Hindi naman ako-confuse. Kina-clarify ko lang kasi nanggaling yung computation sa inyo na ginamit.
Hindi
ng
po. Nanggaling po yung datos sa amin. Kung paano siya ginamit ng LBRMO at in-apply across the board. Hindi po galing sa DPWH yun.
Correct. The data came from you and it was extrapolated, whichever, but these are tabletop estimates, as you said, and you're asking now na imbis na ibaba, because as Senator Kiko quoted, sabi niyo ibaba yung budget, wag na lang ibaba yung budget, ibalik na, pero sa implementation, sa proseso, dun ibababa.
Opo. Again po, no, I think para lang maliwanag sa publiko. Ang presyo ng lahat ng projects sa DPWH for 2026 ay bababa. Sigurado, 100%. Lahat po yan ay bababa. Bakit po? Dahil binago na po ng DPWH ang kostas ng materyales. Ngayon, ang tanong na lang po dito, sino ang magbababa? Ang Senado ba? Dito sa third reading version? Or ipapaubaya ba yan sa DPWH na i-apply on a case-to-case basis sa mga individual na proyekto? Ibig sabihin po, ng case-to-case, titignan po ang project sa Palawan, South Palawan District, at i-apply ang presyo ng simento doon. Bababa po yung presyo ng project doon for sure. Pero po, ang risk lang po kung susundin natin yung nasa third reading version ng Senado is magkakaroon po ng mga proyektong tulad nung pinakita ko kanina. Yun lang po. Pero po, syempre, kung yan po ay okay sa Bicameral Conference Committee, then okay lang naman din po yun sa DPWH.
Let me just set an example para... Yes, thank you for your answer. So it's clear the data came from DPWH and we adopted it in the committee report, third reading version, and we acknowledge that there is a letter request to the chair and the secretary, DPWH, is asking for a motion for reconsideration na ibalik sa dating cost, but it will be implemented per district, per region. Example, yung preventive maintenance. According to El Beremo, more or less, there's 50 billion in the DPWH budget. And sa aking kaalaman, yung preventive maintenance, parte dyan yung asphalt overlay. I'm not sure how much, assuming lang, 20B of the 50B ay asphalt overlay sa preventive maintenance na 50B. And from 30 to 68% yung sabi nyong tongpats or overpriced. Sabi mo ng 68, yung sukdulan na overpriced. So ibig sabihin may 13.6 billion, kung 20 billion yung asphalt overlay nationwide na ipapasa ng Senado knowing that it is overpriced. That is a computation here, and I wanted to ask you, you're asking us to put back the amounts knowing fully well and from your statements that it's overpriced. Pero sabi nyo, isalang-alang sa inyo at sa inyong mga district engineer na sabi nyo hindi nyo pinagkakatiwalaan. So paano po yun? That's difficult. And I ask this in behalf of my colleagues here, hindi lang ako. So I don't want to look kontrabida here. We were having a discussion here. Kasi you admitted you don't trust some, not all, of your district engineers. Then you're asking us to pass a budget that is up to 68% overpriced insofar only as asphalt overlay is concerned, and assuming it's 20 billion of the 50 billion under the column of preventive maintenance, so 13.6B, maaring masayang, matongpat, so I don't know, whatever you call it, it's a waste, and it will be part of corruption. So please explain paano mo kami makukumbinsi tungkol dyan. Thank you.
Ulitin ko po, kaya po kami nagpasa ng department order para masigurado na i-implement ang pagbaba ng presyo. Hindi po ito kung gusto lang nila o ayaw nila, ito po ay mandato sa lahat ng district engineer, whether may tiwala ako sa kanila o wala, kailangan nilang gawin yon. Kung hindi po nila gagawin yon, hindi po natin papatuloy yung proyekto. Kung hindi natin makita yung pagbaba sa presyo na nararapat. With also, kung titingnan nyo po yung aming department order, meron din pong penal provisions, no? Kaming ginagay doon. This has never been done, no, in DPWH. So, yun po ang aming paraan. Pero ulitin ko po, no, it is an issue of trust. Really, it is an issue of trust. And I understand that this department has zero trust. But we are trying our best. We have already brought down the prices, which has never been done before based on the President's directive. We have issued a department order mandating all the regional directors and the DEs to implement it. Now, if the Senate still doesn't believe that we will do it, again, no, I don't trust them, but I trust the department order that we push forward. Because they cannot not implement it. Because we will not allow it under the department order. They cannot begin procurement unless we see the prices go down to the levels that they are supposed to go down. So, but like I said, it's an issue of trust po, and we submit to the wisdom of Congress. We are here just to inform the bicameral conference committee of possible implications of the Senate version, and tell you about our safeguards that we have implemented. But of course, at the end of the day, it is the decision of the bicameral conference on what to do and how to proceed. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair.
I would now like to recognize Representative Albert Garcia.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair. Dear colleagues, from just to provide perspective dito po sa ating nagiging discussion. Number one, klaro na ang executive, ang House at ang Senate gusto talaga nating matanggal yung taba at malagay sa tamang presyo ang bawat material sa bawat proyekto. So that is clear. Lahat tayo, yun ang gusto natin. Number two, itong mga presyo na ito, nanggaling kay Secretary Vince during the budget hearing ng DPWH sa Senado. Galing sa kanya, at nung, just to be clear, nung tinanong ng Senado, kung i-apply natin itong presyo na ito, ay pwede na nating ibaba. Sinabi ni Sec Vince, from what I hear, it is a conditional yes, na kapag hindi magawa ng DPWH through the leadership of Sec Vince, pwede nating i-impose or pwedeng i-impose ng Senado yung reduction in prices. So yun ang narinig ko sa back and forth. So it was a conditional. So ang tanong ngayon, katulad ng sinabi ni Sec Vince, sino mag-a-apply nung reduction? Is it the executive or the BICAM or Congress? Yun na lang po yung natitirang tanong. Malinaw kay Sec Vince na kapag ginawa natin dito at kinat natin yung prices, they have no other recourse but to follow. Kasi batas na yan eh. Pero sa aking konting kaalaman with regards to how our government works, sila yung implementing agency. So sila dapat mag-apply, tayo mag-provide ng napakaraming safeguards together with kung ano nang nasimula ng DPWH, ng ating Pangulo, at nung special provision na gagawin pa natin, katulad nung line of questioning ni Congressman Benitez. Anyway, Congress has oversight powers. This is very clear. Kung nireduce ng Senate ng 54 billion, what if monthly, or quarterly, pag-reportin natin ng DPWH, are we going closer to this 54 billion per project pagdating sa savings na matatamo natin because of the adjustments and system na ginawa ng DPWH, mamomonitor natin na kung hindi man real time, at least almost real time, either monthly or quarterly. And at the end of the year, sinabi nga ni Sec Vince na it's about trust. So I'm reminded of President Ronald Reagan when he was dealing with the Soviet. Trust but verify. So ito, pagtiwalaan natin sila yung implementing agency and they're trying to do what they can para baguhin yung DPWH. Pero, wag full trust, i-verify din natin regularly kung nai-hit natin kung tama itong numero na ito na naibawas. And at the end of the day, or per reporting, makikita natin if we're hitting the target na in-apply ng Senado. So, isa lang pong suggestion so that we can move forward.
We don't have enough information to cut it now.
At this point, I don't think we have enough information kung pwede tayong magkaroon ng sweeping reduction na 54 billion. Pero kapag project with its own peculiarities, uniqueness, and in context, baka madagdagan pa yung 54 billion. Pero at least mabe-verify po natin as time goes on at we can hold DPWH to account na sigurado kung ano yung kanilang commitment man na ma-reduce ay talagang mangyari. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Recognize
Just very
Senator
quickly. Just very quickly, Secretary Dizon, since you yourself have mentioned na mayroong mga hindi kayo napagkakatiwala ang mga district engineer or regional, pati ba RD? Halimbawa, moving forward, I'm just curious, have you effected a reshuffling of the district and regional, the RDs?
We are in the process of doing this, Mr. Chairman. Most likely po, we will complete a full reshuffle within the first month or month and a half of 2026. Pero marami na pong napalitan. Gago na po yung mga nakasuhan at nakulong na.
Thank you, thank you.
Senator Erwin? Or do you have
Mr.
any? Alternate tayo.
okay.
Yeah.
I would like to recognize Representative Rufus Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And can I propound some clarificatory questions to the Honorable Secretary Vince Dizon? Thank you. There are allegations that the DPWH would want to propose the restoration of flood control in 2026. Is that correct?
Absolutely not po. The President gave clear instructions. No locally funded flood control projects in the 2026 budget. And
Thank you.
this has
That
been
is very
implemented
clear.
to the letter. Thank you po.
Very clear. And we thank you because you voluntarily reduced your budget in the House of Representatives in your presentation by 255.5 billion pesos. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Because of that reduction, the House, in its first instance of exclusive original jurisdiction on all appropriations, we have given, and we thank you, we have given 90 billion of the 255.5 billion to the Department of Health. We have given 56 billion to the Department of Education, and we have given, out of the 255 billion, removed the flood control budget, we gave 53 billion to the Department of Agriculture. Do you know that?
Yes, I am aware, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. So it's clear that there can be no restoration of flood control nor completed projects that were still listed in the old NEP that was submitted. Is that correct?
That is also correct, and I want to also thank Senator Win Gatchalian's leadership, because even in the Senate version, we were able to further cleanse the budget of DPWH with his help from these completed, repetitive, and other projects that were not clearly defined. So that is correct, Mr. President. And wala pong sa mga proyektong doon ay babalik sa budget ng DPWH.
Thank you, and we thank Senator Chairman Win Gatchalian for that. There were more removals in the Senate. Next question, Secretary. There are allegations that your proposal for reconsideration will restore the budget in the HGAB, and the prices that will be reduced will be restored back to the projects that we have. Is that correct?
Absolutely false, Mr. Chairman, because the special issuance stands, and it will stay there as long as we are here, as long as the President is here, as long as I am the DPWH Secretary.
And in fact, you have the costas materiales, which are already even implemented already for the 2025 projects that has not been procured yet. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
So therefore, the allegations that we restore the prices to what has been reduced is absolutely incorrect.
Opo, Mr. Chairman.
And we are saying that you are recommending the HGAB figures as a starting amount. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Because you are the agency that will implement all public works and highways projects, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. And do you agree that the Senate, in good faith, following what you stated in the hearing, reduced the budget because you said that 25% is overpriced, and therefore the Senate has been doing its job in making sure that we reduce the budget. Do you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely, Mr. Chairman.
My next question is, how are you going to assure the public that with the starting amounts in the HGov, once restored, granting, without really assuming, granting arguendo, that we will restore the HGov amount, the amounts that will be there will be reviewed and will be bound to the CMPD, the base material costs reflecting current market prices, to come out with a program of work for each project. Correct, Secretary?
That is correct. That is through a department order that we issued mandating all implementing offices to implement the new CMPD for all projects for 2026.
And therefore, once you have the POW, which definitely, absolutely reduces all the construction prices of materials, then you will come out with the approved budget for contracts. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct, Mr. Chairman.
With this ABC, then therefore, the HGov amounts will be altered, and because there will be a general reduction of prices of materials per project, then definitely the prices of the project as stated in the HGov will be reduced definitely.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
So, Madam Chair, Mr. Chairman, from the testimony of our resource persons, it is very clear that everybody here is in good faith in trying to come out with the starting figure, but the Secretary and the Department of Public Works will be implementing them. And what happens if a district engineer or a regional engineer will disobey your department order? What will happen to them?
There are penal provisions in the department order, Mr. Chairman, where they can be charged administratively and criminally. Mr. Chairman.
Finally, because you are one of the trusted officials by the President, and you are just following the President's directive to remove corruption in the public works, to reduce the prices. That is from President Bongbong Marcos. You are implementing the President because you are the alter ego of the President in implementing public works projects. So therefore, we can therefore rest be assured that once we approve this afternoon the HGov amounts, then you can start the process of finalizing the program of work and the ABC for each of the project all over the country.
That is correct.
And therefore, once we have the real correct project, then all the projects will be implemented properly. Is that correct, Mr. Secretary?
That is correct.
And therefore, once we implement these projects, the economy of this country will improve and will increase in GDP. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And then also, there will be employment all over the country because all of these projects are all over the Philippines. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
So therefore, Mr. Chairman, because of these answers, we have to thank, therefore, Secretary Dizon. We support you in your fight for reforms in the DPWH. You have dismissed high officials of the DPWH. You have dismissed regional directors and district engineers. You have filed cases. And so therefore, we are very happy with your presence. It is now clear, Mr. Chairman, that we approve the budget as proposed by the House of Representatives. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, trabaho lang po. No need to thank me. It's part of the job po, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much po.